Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Dizzy, and I've got a little story for you. Not quite a Christmas story, but it's what I have, and it is in the way of a little bit of information. I've got to give a little bit of background information to begin with. My grandfather on my mother's side had heart problems. I can remember him being in the hospital. I think he was getting a pacemaker. And back then they had age restrictions. Don't know if they still have them in the hospitals now or not, but I was too young. I wasn't allowed to go up and visit him. But he did open the window from his hospital room, and we yelled at each other. I forget what floor he was on. And a few years later, he died. I was maybe 15, 16 years old at the time of heart problems. Fast forward to when I'm a young adult, I'm up visiting my grandmother. I just gotten there, 3-hour drive. So it's the next morning, we get a phone call. My Uncle John had died. I'm not sure if he was younger than my mother or older, but he was 49, 50 years old. He'd had a massive heart attack. Left 3 children. My cousins were all younger than I am. So I have a history of heart problems in my family. Now I have, for the past few years, every once in a while felt pain right over in this area. But since I would sometimes feel it over here, and the doctor didn't seem overly concerned, and he did say that I had a little bit of trouble with GERD, I wasn't really overly concerned, just something that I kept an eye on. Well, Tuesday night, I had what I thought was a really bad case of heartburn. It took a couple of Tums, and it didn't seem to help much, but I read on what to do so you could go to sleep, which was to prop up on pillows, and which is what I did, and it seemed to help some, and I was able to fall asleep for maybe 3 hours. I woke up, and because of the position I was in with the pillows, I got rid of them and figured I was just going to get back to sleep. Did not happen. I was in so much pain right in here. I thought I was having a heart attack. First I tried to tell myself it's just really bad heartburn. Got out and got some Tums, and the pain wasn't lessening. My husband was awake, and he's saying, well, are your pants too tight? Because that can cause it. I took off my pajama pants. It didn't help. I was in so much pain, I was about to throw up. And of course, with a history of heart disease in my family, I thought I was having a heart attack. And he was feeling fairly good. We took him to the emergency room. Of course, they wouldn't let him in. They closed things down because of COVID. First thing they did was an EKG, and then sent me back out to the waiting room. And finally they took me back. I'm not sure how long I was waited in there. Pain wasn't letting up. Of course, they did a blood test, nothing. They had me hooked up to a heart monitor, wasn't showing anything. They did a CAT scan with contrast, nothing. And every once in a while the pain would slack off, but not much. In the meantime, they hadn't given me anything for pain, so of course, sleeping is out of the question. Gidget, don't you even think about knocking that over. And since my husband wasn't allowed in, I eventually told him to, just go home. But I figured there was no need for him to be there. He had fallen asleep in the Jeep before I told him to go home. Well, doctor comes in, and they were stumped. They could not figure out what was causing this pain. I do not recall now why he had me lean forward, why he was looking at my back. But when he did, he noticed right back in here, a rash starting. Now, I had felt a lump there when I got in my shower, and I had just thought that I had gotten bit by a spider and had a little bit of reaction. I've had that happen before, but that's not what it was. Make a long story short, I have shingles. Now, I don't really want that type of shingles. I wouldn't mind if I got some of these shingles on the run-in, but I don't want them on my back. And that is what was causing the pain. I looked it up later, heart pain and shingles, and read a story about somebody Same thing. They thought they were having a problem with their heart. They went to emergency 3 times in 2 days, and when they went to the second one, that was when they found the rash and realized that they had shingles. So if you are having unexplained pain in your heart area, chest area, and you've had chicken pox, think about the possibility that it may be shingles. I don't know how often it happens with shingles that you get the chest pain, but if they had not found that little rash, I would have been in agony for who knows how long. They put me on, I'm on 3 different medications. One's an antiviral. Because of that, I think, is what made it so that that rash did not hardly get any bigger. I go see my regular doctor tomorrow for a follow-up visit, but I'm feeling so much better. I still get a little bit of pain, but not like I did have. So there's my information for you for the day. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I'll be talking more about mine on my fireside chat on Sunday, so have a nice day. I'll talk at you later.